Atlantic CSSP Web Tools Pollution Source Sites video. You will see a listing of active pollution source sites on the left-hand side of the screen. There could be historic sites that have been designated as inactive. To view these sites, the user must select this icon in the subsector window. Each site has a label that identifies its number, status, keywords, and risk level. All site labels are automatically generated when the site entry is completed. Each label begins with a capital P followed by 5 numbers. Following the number, there could be an NC, which indicates an incomplete site description. The next two segments relate to the type of pollution source and the pathway, and finally, a risk level. If a site label does not contain the risk level, then it has not been completed and should show an NC after the site number. If you click on a pollution source site label, it will open a window that shows all relevant information for that site. You can see the address, the date of the observation, surveyor's name, the description, and a picture. The File tab contains all documentation including pictures and can be viewed by selecting the Edit button in the Information toolbar. Additional information can be added. Additional files can be added too. The Edit button in the subsector window allows a user to designate a site as inactive or active, delete the site, or edit the upper information of the pollution source site. If the user selects the Edit button, the upper information level opens. It contains coordinate information, address information, and allows user to identify a point source. Once complete, click on Modify. If the pollution source site label is selected, a window containing the third level of information appears. By selecting the Edit button in this window, the user can view the current information and can change the date and also edit the description. It should be noted that if the date is changed, then the account name becomes the new surveyor name. The user can edit the description layer of information by selecting the Edit button. By clicking the Date window, the date of observation can be changed. If this occurs, the current user's name is added to the entry. The written description and selected description will contain data if there is historic information in the database. Otherwise, it will show no data. A pollution source site can contain one or more issues. An issue describes a particular pollution source within a site. If a pollution source site contains multiple issues, the user can delete any of them except the first one. At least one issue must always be present. Issues can be moved up or down using the arrow keys. As the first issue determines the pollution source site label, the user may want to change the importance of the issue by moving them. The lower level of this window allows the users to change the issue or add a new issue. The issue to be edited is always highlighted in green. To add a new issue, select the button Add Issue. The creation of issue is automatically composed using a series of user-directed choices. An issue is composed of three parts. The first part is source selection. The user must determine if the pollution source contains fecal matter or sewage. Under fecal matter, you have three choices: human land, human marine, or animal. If the source is sewage, you can select either effluent land or effluent marine. If more information is required, the user can select the blue information button at the end of each heading. Once a source is selected, the system will present the next level of choices, and the user selects the one that best describes the source. The final step in the source description is for the user to determine a hazardous level. If high or medium is selected, the user is given a selection of choices to determine how this level was decided upon. The next part is the pathway, or how does the sources eventually reach the harvesting areas. The pathway provides choices like culvert, pipe, subsurface flow, etc. Depending on the choices, a series of questions are asked to gather relevant information on the pathway. After a pathway is completed, the system will provide a final hazardous level based on the above choices. The hazard level can increase or decrease. An impact level and status level and risk level are also automatically calculated. In the final steps, the user can agree with or override the suggested risk level. If the override is chosen, the user can then provide a justification and decide if the observation is complete or should be revisited to gather more information. The user can also add a comment in the box below the conclusion. Once a checkbox is selected, the issue is created and shown at the top of the site window. To add a new site, select the Edit button. The plus sign will appear. Once created, the site will be given a next available number followed by an NC. You will note that the coordinates are automatically entered. You can select the Get Civic Address from Google to fill in the address section. You must enter the country, province, and municipality from the drop-down list. There is no information yet. To add information, click the Edit button. To add a picture, select the Files tab. As you can add a variety of documents, maps, or pictures, a few questions must be answered. You can now browse to your picture on your hard drive. To show your picture title in the file name, you must select Keep File Name. You can then click Upload.